Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on 2 pair of earrings. I think these are going to be really fun. Using our SoftFlex's Design Challenge Kit Star-Crossed Lovers. They're going to be fun. They're going to be cute. Let's start down. I'll show you what I mean. So here we have 2 little batches of beads from our Star-Crossed Lovers kit. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this Harlequin one on this side, and we're going to put a bead cap on either side, the white cube on the top, and then down here we're going to put this little black bead, one of the hearts, and then the red bead. So it's going to be like that. And I think I'm probably going to do these in 2 parts so that we have this piece dangling from that piece. This other pair is going to be similar, but as soon as I saw these pieces, I went, oh look, there's a Claddagh. Well, as you can see, my wedding ring is a Claddagh. It's got a heart with a crown above it with 2 hands on either side. Well, obviously we don't have hands, but we do have the heart, and we do have the crown. So we're going to do this like this. This is going to be our bottom section, and then above it we're going to have one of these gold crowns hearts with a flower and this little piece, and then these are going to be hanging from this one. So this is what our 2 pair of earrings are going to look like. So what we need to do first is get us some pins here. So we've got the pins for the bottom part to start with. It's weird because that one's shorter than the other ones. So, and this one's a little bit wonked up, so we'll try to see if we can get it fixed enough to do the part where we want this at. So this one will be here, here, and then here. So that's what this side's going to look like here. And this side, of course, will be, oops, dropped my pin almost. And I bent it when I grabbed it. So we'll need to straighten that out. There we go. So then this one's going to be the red heart, the crown, and this red bead for the bottom portion. So it will sit like this. And see how that looks just like a Claddagh? Now I may put a little spacer in here because it's got a gap there, and I'm not really overly fond of having a gap. I don't have any little bronze ball spacers, but I think we'll put in one of these gold. You won't be able to see it that well. Well, I might have some bronze. I never looked. Let me go see if we have some bronze spacers. I do have some bronze spacers. They look a little bit bigger than these little gold ones, but I think they'll still work good. Let's get a couple of those out. Put this on here. And then put our crown and red bead back on. Come on, roll the red bead around so that it sits properly. So there it goes. So this is going to be the bottom of this other earring here. So we have a bottom, this bottom, and this bottom. Now I think this wire is going to be long enough, even though it is shorter than the others, which is sort of bizarre. Other side. There we go. Oh yeah, it should be plenty long enough. So that's going to be the bottom half of the Harlequin ones here. And we'll the red heart here, our spacer, crown and the red. So that's the bottom of these, and this is the bottom of these. So let's get those wrapped up. Go into there. It's not too bad. So we'll just wrap these babies up like we would normally by going into the middle here, up and over and around, bring it down and around, and get a slight lollipop shape like so. Do the same with all the other three, and then we'll wrap them up. Get your little crown over there so that this one sits down. Bend over and around. Bring it down and around. Now we'll wrap these guys up. So whichever one you want to grab first, just grab your loop, grab your second pair of pliers, and wrap these guys up. Now we're going to want these snug down to the red bead so that they'll hold the crown down where we want it to be at. How it's trying to slide around a little bit, so we'll see if we can get this just a little bit tighter here. But we do got to remember we have that ball spacer in there to take up some of the space, so it might hold the crown from sliding around too much or from going down any further. So it doesn't look like it wants to go down all the way. So we're going to see about getting a little bit of that trimmed off. So we'll get our little guys here. They like to go in smaller spaces better than others. We'll see if we can get them to go in here and cut this extra bit of wire off that I decided I didn't want in here. Go. So there's the bottom of the first one. Like I say, just a little claddagh. So now we'll do this one as well and get the other two. Now when we do the top portion, we're probably going to just use a simple loop at the bottom. Don't run away, Harlequin bead. We need you. So here's our two base ones here. This one looks like it's a little crooked. Let's see if we can straighten it just a bit there. And we will get these other two wrapped up as well. Okay, that looks better. So there we go, these. Now we need to get some eye pins so that we can hook on here and go up to our other side. So let's go find us some eye pins. Okay, I didn't find any eye pins, so we're going to make some. And that's pretty simple. What we're going to do is take a few of these regular head pins, and I'm going to cut the top off. So there's two. We need two more. So for the other one, now on these we're just going to make eye pins rather than instead of wrapped loops. We're just going to make simple loops, and that's really simple to do. You can either use a looper if you have one. I do, but I'm not going to use it. We're just going to do this by hand. Straighten our pins up as much as possible here. This one's not in very good shape. So I'm going to take my flat nose and we're going to squish these bins a little bit here, see if we can straighten them some on this one that's really wonked up. Okay, so in order to make an eye pin, it's really, really simple. You just take, well, I'm going to use my stepped bell making pliers because I do like this size here. So just take these and wrap a loop all the way around, like so. Then you take your regular pliers, you put them inside the loop, butt it up to the wire here, and bend. There you go, one simple loop on an eye pin. So we're going to do that with all of them here. Now I will admit I don't use simple loops very often, simply because I prefer the security of a wrapped loop, but I don't want all the extra wire. So we're going to do these. Come on, baby, go in there. Now sometimes, like this one, when you go and do the bend, it'll open back up just a little bit. So get your pliers back out and bring it back down and around. I think this one did the same. Well, it's over to the side is what it did. So that's fine. We'll fix that. So there's our 4 eye pins. Now, of course, we're just going to do what you would with any regular eye pin that you didn't make yourself. Just open up your loop here at the bottom. Slide one of your pieces on and close it up. So there's our 4 pieces. Don't need this. So now we're going to put on our other pieces onto these. So this one will have bead cap, the Harlequin bead. If I can find its hole. There we go. Other bead cap. And the cube. So there we go. So we'll bend this guy over so our beads can't escape, and then we'll string up the other one and do the same on the other side. There's those 2. Now we're going to do this side, and we're going to start. This one's not quite closed all the way, it doesn't look like. That's better. With the gold heart. Then the little flower bead. Now I'm turning this so that the part and then that has the divot here is with the heart is going into the flower that has it going the opposite directions. Hold this baby over. Do the same with this one. Now we'll want to wrap these up, and then we'll find some ear wires to put on. So we'll get our bell making pliers again. We're going to go in here, up and around and over, bring it down and around. Check to see if we're at about a lollipop shape, which we are. Do the same with the other three. Okay, what do we got going on here? Because something feels like it's a little wonky here. Probably was just me. There we go. So now we just got to wrap those babies up and then find some ear wires and put them on some ear wires, and they will be done. So grab any one we feel like starting with. I've got this one out down already, so we might as well start with it. Oop. Now this tipped back a little bit when I was working, so we'll have to straighten that up. So there is these earrings, other than may have got too deep in this because my wire's coming up over my heart here in this one. Not so much this one, but that one is. So I'm not thrilled by that fact. So let's see if I can get this fixed. If not, we'll have to cut it loose and start over again, which is not that bad of a thing. I've done it before many a time. So, oops. Well, I sort of meant to do that, but I didn't mean for it to fall off entirely. See if we can Get this. Ooh. I think I may have just damaged my heart. I was afraid of that. So, since there are 2 more gold hearts, I will get the one of the other gold hearts out, and we will start this one over again because I did go too deep with that, and it cracked our heart at the bottom. And that's what happens sometimes. So cut that off. Get the other stuff off here. But as you can see, I broke the bottom here. We don't want a broken heart. So we can keep that because we could put like a bead cap over the bottom of it, and that would hide our chip. But we don't want to use it for this one. So we will get a new one out because we did have 2 more, and we will start that earring over again. Let's see. Make sure this one's not damaged. It looks pretty good. So, but in the meantime, we'll wrap these guys up. So, okay, there's those 2. We just need some ear wires, and this pair is finished. This one is almost finished, but like I said, we cracked this heart, so we will have to get a new wire and put a new heart on together for this one, and that shouldn't take us very long. And then we need to find ear wires, and we'll be done with our 2 pair of earrings. So we straighten this wire out because these wires are just crooked here. So get this one all straightened up. We'll trim its top off here and make a simple loop here. This time we got to make sure we have it all the way closed, because I think that was the problem with the other one. It had come open just a little bit and the heart had slipped through it. So here we go. So heart, flower, and little red rondelle. Then we want to wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, we'll open it up and put the bottom piece on so that we don't play too hard with our heart again. So open this up, put our base piece on here, close it. Make sure it's closed all the way, and it is. And then we'll wrap the top up. Now that slid down a little bit on this side, so I'm going to get my plier and push it back up. And I do believe it did it again. Yes, it did. So trim the wire off. Tuck it in. Okay, now we just need to get our ear wires, and we can put these guys together, and that's a little crooked, so we'll want to straighten that some. And then we will be done with our 2 pair of fun star-crossed lover earrings. Okay, I've got some tiny little 4mm jump rings in brass. Well, it's bronze, sorry. And I think those are going to be big enough. And I've got a few lever back ear wires. These have a little fan on them. Now, because these are going, these are real regular beads that can roll around, so they're not specifically front and back. We can roll them so that they sit with the proper way when we put these little guys on. So we'll just go here and grab an ear wire. So we've got the one on, and it will sit, since there is no specific front and back, it can sit easily. The little flower, if it's facing sideways, you can always move it. So we're going to open up all these little jump rings and put our ear wires on, and our earrings will all be done. Now, I didn't check all these ear wires. I should have, because sometimes they stick, or they go open and then they won't close back up decently. So let's make sure this one's working fine. It is. The other one I think was working fine as well. So now we have just these 2 to put on, and our earrings are done. Boy, did I not open. Yeah, there we go. Roll that way just a hair's breadth, and same with the heart. Now we'll put this last one on, and we will be done. And they are so cute. I like the little Harlequin pair as well as I like the little Claddagh pair. So there we go, all finished. So pair number 1 is our cool little Harlequin pieces. This needs to slide a little over. It's got a relatively good size hole, so it likes to slide around a bit. So there's that pair. And then of course we have our Claddagh. 1, 2. So there we go. There are 2 pair of earrings using our SoftFlex's Design Challenge Kit Star-Crossed Lovers, the little Harlequin ones. They are about the length I usually wear. So there we go. And then we also have the with the heart and crown at the bottom and the heart and rose at the top. So there we go, 2 pair earrings using the SoftFlex's Design Challenge Kit Star-Crossed Lover. Oh, excuse me. I think they turned out really cute. I like them. I hope you do too. So there we go. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden.